Brigadier Rachel Matjeng. Her evidence is, of course, related to Matlala and his company. She is also a person that has been referred for further investigation by President Cyril Ramaphosa after he received the Commission's interim report at the end of last year. So it's incredibly important that she gets her facts straight. The Commission is pressing her on certain things, trying to put a timeline to just how much her relationship with Matlala may have influenced her behavior towards his company and even to him. So she says she met Matlala in early 2017. They had a romantic relationship. In fact, it was a question that she struggled to answer when the commissioners asked her if they were still, in fact, in a relationship. She said first that she was unsure, but then said she reckoned the relationship was over because they haven't spoken in a while. And of course, he is also incarcerated. Nonetheless, during the course of the relationship, according to Brigadier Macheng, Matlala showered her with gifts, including money. He paid some of the money directly into her F&B account at first, but then said that he needed another bank account so as not to jeopardize both her career and also his relationship with his wife. Let's take you live to my colleague, Ziyanda Ngcobo. She's been sitting through this evidence over the past 90 minutes or so. Ziyanda, I was about to say you've been sitting through somewhat of a soap opera over the past 90 minutes. I don't think that we expected that the evidence would go this way.
Absolutely, Michelle. And just when you think you've been shocked enough, you come back to this Commission of Inquiry and you hear more information that you didn't quite anticipate would be coming to the fore. An extramarital relationship between Vusimuzi Matlala and Brigadier Rachel Matjeng. It's been going on and off from 2017, she says. And she's denied that by the time she took up her role as the sectional head of quality management for crime scenes in the forensic services, that she was not involved in the contract involving Medicare, which is a company that Vusimuzi Matlala is a director of. In fact, Commissioner Sandile Khumalo saying that this commission will subpoena the meetings from the time when she she stepped into that role towards the end of 2023, and from the time when Matlala's contract was awarded in June 2024. But on this relationship that she had with Matlala, quite interesting how she was really quite personal about the character of Vusimuzi Matlala, talking about how all the monies that she received from him were not kickbacks, but were a part of the romantic gestures by Matlala. A very romantic man, not evil as he's been portrayed, says Rachel Matjeng, and really painting a picture of a relationship that saw lots of money and gifts being exchanged, but nothing to do with that 360 million rand SAPS Medicare tender. Here's what she said.
None of the gift nor monies received from him were related to me having an influence to the awarding of the tender or the execution thereof, as I started receiving them from 2017 while being in our on and off relationship. From the inception of our romantic relationship, he will pay money directly into my F&B account, but when he was requesting another bank account, I asked him why another bank account, and he stated the following. He doesn't want the wife to find out about our relationship, the gift and the monies, because she knows me only as a friend. Now that he has a contract with SAPS, he doesn't want it to look like he's paying me for favors and doesn't want the gift to jeopardize my career, as other people might think about it in the wrong way. The account used was for a friend, Mudieri Kakana, who owns a butchery.
So, Ziyanda, gifts of money, and according to a story that's just dropped on News 24 as well, gifts of Ozempic delivered to her by one of Kat Matlala's vehicles. The other thing that Brigadier Macheng has told the Commission is that she had no idea of any kind of criminal background involving Vusimuzi Matlala. Let's bring up this graphic, Ziyanda. And we're showing our viewers just a snapshot of his background in terms of what he's faced, with run-ins with the law so far. Matlati, can we bring up that graphic? All right, there we have it, Ziyanda. So as far back as 2011, that's a case of car theft, and then 2012, housebreaking, assault, 2013, again housebreaking, and of course then it escalates to 2018 with charges of attempted murder. So Brigadier Macheng says she asked someone to look into Kat Matlala's background and nothing came up.
Which is quite an interesting thing, and her use of the word never being charged, or her not ever knowing him to be charged, was something that was questioned by Khumalo, and not him never being evil is also something that they spoke about. But also it speaks to sometimes this willful ignorance, it would seem, on the part of a Brigadier Rachel Matjeng, in particular when it comes to her role in certain matters, in particular when it comes to that SAPS Medicare tender. But something else I want to turn your attention to, Michelle, it's quite interesting that on a day where the former National Police Commissioner, Ngcobo, was seeking to actually, was going to hear rather whether or not his bid to get his job back was dismissed, his name has come up before this Commission of Inquiry, and Matjeng talking about how Patlane wanted to meet with Vusimuzi Matlala. In fact, Patlane being referred to as JK, you'll know his names are Johannes Patlane, and that she even had to reschedule a meeting between the two. It's unclear what exactly they were going to be discussing, but certainly Matlala's tentacles firmly everywhere within the upper echelons of the South African Police Service. Here's what she had to say about Patlane and Matlala.
On 2025-03-25, I received a message from JK that I must tell Mr. Matlala that they must reschedule their meeting to later or the next day. Then I forwarded the message as received and asked him to respond to JK. He then responded directly to JK and sent me a screenshot. It is through our social engagement circle that Mr. Matlala met JK. The transparent social relationship has never been concealed, thus I knew and had this occasional communication. They on few occasions met during lunch or early dinner meeting at a specific restaurant convenient to them. Thus the reference, same spot. As and when they were meeting room was when he wanted to meet Mr. Matlala, JK will request that I inform or arrange, because he knows that I have regular contact with Mr. Matlala or will personally see him.
Properly commissioned.
And speaking of other instances, Michelle, where Vusimuzi Matlala had his tentacles in a matter that was parallel to what's been happening at this Commission of Inquiry, that being of ANC member in the Northwest and a businessman in that province, Sulaiman Karim, breaking news that his attempt to not appear before this commission has been struck off the urgent court roll. And so tomorrow he will be here before this Commission of Inquiry. It's an interesting set of developments for those who would not want to appear before the Commission. And in fact, he had been cited as saying that the Commission quoted the wrong, clause within the Commission's Act to subpoena him before this inquiry. In fact, Jeremy Michaels is sending the following quote, and we'll try and get him in a moment. He said, the Matlala Commission of Inquiry welcomes the judgment handed down by the Gauteng South High Court, and we look forward to Mr. Suleiman Karim taking the witness stand tomorrow. So quite a firm response from the Commission of Inquiry regarding Suleiman's appearance. And next week, we expect to hear a similar kind of argument, albeit on different grounds, from witness F, who's also taken the Commission on an urgent basis to try and postpone their testimony. It might be moot in the sense that those WhatsApp messages that witness F did not want to delve into were actually, ventilated in the Commission of Inquiry. And so, as Michelle, I'm going to give it back to you for a few moments. We're just waiting for Jeremy Michaels to step into shot in a moment or two. But definitely, as we've been discussing, Vusimuzi Matlala being an important figure that has been central to several processes in the Commission of Inquiry, but certainly the South African Police Service. And Jeremy Michaels, as we bring you in, your initial reaction, we've read out that's a statement, but Mr. Karim is going to be here tomorrow.
Yes, certainly, Ziyanda. The Commission firstly welcomes the judgment by the Gauteng South High Court. As of course I'm sure you've reported, Mr. Karim's application on an urgent basis was dismissed with costs, and the Commission welcomes that judgment, and we look forward to him appearing before the Commission tomorrow because he has been subpoenaed to appear tomorrow, Friday.
And on what will be central to his appearance tomorrow? We remember the testimony about how he allegedly paid 1.5 million, he received rather 1.5 million rands from Vusimuzi Matlala.
Well, I wouldn't want to preempt the proceedings tomorrow or his evidence or the questions. I think it is well known publicly what the allegations are against Mr. Karim. It is set out in his Rule 10.6 notice in terms of the Commission's regulations, and I wouldn't want to get into any of the detail of what is going to happen tomorrow.
Mr. Michaels, news just coming in. I'm going to read it live on air as I've just received this, that police have confirmed an attempted hit on Weandre Pretorius and is a central figure in testimony regarding illegal activities, including an alleged extrajudicial killing and cover-up of operations linked to the Ekurhuleni Metro Police Department, as heard in November. In fact, the scene is still active in Boksburg. Are you aware of this?
Yes, we got the news about an hour ago, and it hadn't happened too long before that. We are concerned about the safety of all witnesses and potential witnesses. I should clarify that Mr. Pretorius was not in the sights of the Commission for the moment, and he certainly had not approached the Commission with either information or requests for assistance with his protection. But I am aware that he is the subject of an investigation by another law enforcement agency. I wouldn't want to get into the detail of that, and we are in contact with the relevant law enforcement agencies in that regard.
Safety becomes an issue, in particular, if you just listen to what's happened with witness F. His location was almost compromised by his lawyer, and there are several details that were released. How's the Commission going to start firming this up?
Well, Ziyanda, as you know, the day after Marius van der Merwe, who was known as Witness D, of course, before the Commission, the day after he was brutally assassinated, the Commission met with the relevant law enforcement agencies under the umbrella of the NatJoints, the National Security and Intelligence Structure. We put in place various additional security measures, which, of course, I won't be able to divulge the details of, but certainly on a daily basis, we are working flat out in partnership with the relevant law enforcement agencies to ensure that witnesses are protected, that they are safe, and that they should not fear coming before the Commission. I also do want to add just very quickly that any individuals out there who still have not come to the Commission with information should do so as soon as they can. Thanks.
Jeremy Michaels, let's allow you to leave at 19 minutes past 11 to actually bring the commissioners back into the room. And Michelle, we all know what happens when things start late, so I don't want to be on the wrong end of the commission chairperson, Vusimuzi Matlala. I actually saw him peep through the door, and as per usual, the proceedings will get underway as Jeremy Michaels is now announcing.